Ross Tucker, host of the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. He works for CBS. Westwood won. He had the Maction game last night between Toledo and Bowling Green. He's going to call the Ravens-Dolphins game tonight on Westwood 1. And then he's got Bucknell and Army on Saturday. That's 3 games, 4 days. How does he do it? He's only one man. He's Ross Tucker, the self-professed meathead James Vanderbeek. Always great to see you, Ross. Thanks for joining us.
Dan, my pleasure. Always good to be on. I appreciate it. I'll tell you this much, Dan. I love going to games. When people ask me my favorite thing in the media, the 2 things I say are calling games and filling in for you. And most of the time when people say that they know me, a lot of people reference your show. So I am very appreciative for all the opportunities you've given me over the years.
Thank you, buddy. McLovin has a question here or a statement, and then I'll let you factor in or weigh in on this. McLovin, go ahead.
Mike White is going to eventually be on the list of the greatest undrafted quarterbacks, along with Tony Romo, Dave Craig,
Warren Moon,
Kurt Warner. Someday,
Jeff Garcia.
Or at least he has a chance to be one of those guys. Do you see it? I don't know if you ever called Western Kentucky, Ross, by any chance.
Yeah, Mike White is going to get the start again for the Jets, and McLovin thinks he could be one of the top 5. Well, he's not going to supplant Warner or Moon. Those are Hall of Famers. Romo was on the outside of the Hall of Fame looking in. Jeff Garcia was pretty good. Dave Craig, these are all really good quarterbacks.
Yeah, I couldn't find a list of 6 to 10. I wish I could have.
Oh,
that would have helped.
That might have helped. Okay. But what are the Jets like? They're almost asking for trouble here. If Mike White plays well, like, do they get themselves in a situation where they realize maybe the best quarterback is not the guy they took number 2 overall?
Well, first of all, I thought McLovin was going to rub it in that Dartmouth beat Princeton last week, so I'm very thankful that that's not the question. I thought that was going to be the statement he was going to make. So I'm glad we're not getting into that.
Yes, McLovin.
I made a bet. I said, you have to come up to the man cave and eat tofu on Meat Friday, and he said he was so upset, he almost dropped off Twitter. Ross was like, that'd be the worst punishment known to man.
By the way, I did watch that game, and Princeton goes in, undefeated, and Dartmouth just handed them their lunch, by the way.
Yeah, I'm aware, Dan.
Yeah,
I watched the
bad.
game as well.
Yeah.
Listen, if McLovin's alma mater wants to lower their academic standards to try to beat us, hey, that's up to them. That's up to them. I'm just teasing, by the way, Dartmouth people. I'm just teasing. But yes, that was a brutal loss. And I said to him, Dan, I'd rather take a pie to the face than not be able to eat meat or take my patented road sausage away on a Meat Friday. I'd rather let you guys all pie me in the face.
I've heard about your road sausage, and I'm surprised you brought it up.
As for Mike White, I mean, he looked really good against the Bengals, clearly. Looked good on that one drive against the Colts. But I'm very curious to see how he does when there's a little bit more of a sample size. The Bengals were very vanilla against him. I'm not exactly sure why.
Yeah.
And I got to say this, Dan. Nobody else has said this. I'm not questioning the young man's toughness. But we saw him throw a touchdown pass against the Colts and then not come back in the game.
He couldn't grip the ball.
That's what they say. And I don't know what the exact injury was. And look, it's a golden opportunity for him. But I don't know, man. I kind of feel like somehow, some way, you would still try to go out there. But we'll see. We'll see how he does this week against the Bills defense. It's playing very, very well. But I think we've seen this too many times with a guy that comes in. Why isn't McLovin asking us about Cooper Rush? Cooper Rush came in against the Vikings in his first start and played very well, played better than Dak did the next week. So I don't know why we're not asking that. As for the Jets and having an issue, I think the issue, Dan, is really the way Robert Saleh is presenting it. When you hear him, he's not saying Zach Wilson's my guy no matter what. He's kind of leaving the possibility out there that he keeps Mike White in the game.
By the way, Cam Newton might be returning to the Panthers today. Your thoughts on that move with Sam Darnold out with the broken bone in his shoulder?
Well, I think it makes sense. They're still very much in the mix to get a playoff spot. which, by the way, Dan, we should talk about this at some point. That extra playoff spot in each conference, it's changed everything. I mean, if the Saints beat the Falcons like they should have, and there's only 2 playoff teams, 2 wild card teams, everybody else is at least 2 games back. And they might start, the Niners might start to play Trey Lance, et cetera. But that extra spot, I mean, right now the Falcons have it at 4-4. That extra spot has all these teams that are 3-5, 3-6. Hey, we're still in it, which is exactly what the NFL wanted. It has kept these teams in it, including the Carolina Panthers, who they don't know what they have in PJ Walker. So let's see what PJ does for a game, maybe 2, but have Cam ready, because I think they already know that Sam Darnold's not going to be the guy. I can't believe, Dan, that they picked up his option in the offseason. $19 million fully guaranteed for next year. Dan, it never made sense.
Odell Beckham has not decided on where he wants to go, and I'm wondering, can Aaron Rodgers say to the Green Bay Packers, I want him, go get him?
It worked for Randall Cobb. I mean, they had to trade for the guy. Yeah, it worked for him with Randall Cobb. The interesting thing about Odell Beckham Jr. is I just tweeted this at Ross Tucker NFL. Dan, the longer this goes on, the more obvious it is that he doesn't have the opportunities he thought he was going to have. When you have free agency, okay, those highly sought after guys sign the first day or 2. And by the way, if he doesn't sign before Saturday, he misses a whole paycheck. You only get 18 of them now, 18 paychecks for your whole salary the whole year. You don't want to skip those. I still think he signed somewhere tomorrow or Saturday to not skip a week. I wouldn't want to miss a week. The only other possible thing that's going on here, because we're all talking about him, I mean, you're asking me about him. It's 2 days in a row now, 3 days in a row. Maybe his marketing people, maybe kind of like Russell Wilson in the offseason, have realized the value of the Dan Patrick Show and all of the shows talking about you nonstop.
Yeah.
Odell makes a lot of money off the field. They probably, hey, let it go for a couple of days. Let everybody keep talking about you for a couple of days. Just makes your marketing dollars bigger.
Yeah, I just wonder that, is he worth all of this? Like,
no.
You don't want him on your team. If you're Green Bay, Kansas City, the Saints, you don't want him.
No, I don't think so. Look, for the minimum, I would give it a try. I wouldn't give him anything substantial financially. I guess I believe in track records. His track record with 2 different organizations now is that he's injured a lot. He's not very productive. Doesn't like the quarterback. Once out. Why is the 3rd time going to be the charm? And what situation is he going to that's so much better than Cleveland?
You had a situation with the Patriots and the Panthers where Brian Burns got his ankle twisted by Mac Jones. Here is the Panthers defensive end talking about that situation with Mac Jones.
It would be nice to have an apology, Mac. It would be nice to have an apology, but it's not going to happen. And however the NFL handles it, it's on them. I would just like to play them again. And I wish all my fellow DN brothers happy hunting. And that's all.
Should Mac Jones apologize to Brian Burns for hurting his ankle?
Dan, things have changed a lot from when I played. I mean, first of all, I never heard a guy apologize. But even more than that, I never heard a guy ask for an apology. I mean, I got spit in my face twice, Dan, twice. And I never say anything about it after the game. I didn't ask for an apology. I didn't tell the media. I didn't ask for an apology.
Wait, was this on purpose? This was on purpose. That? Somebody spit in your face on purpose.
Yeah, twice. In 2004, Gerard Warren, when we played the Browns, and Langston Moore, when we played the Bengals. And Gerard Warren did that, and then after that was the first play of the game. And then the next couple plays, they were pushing me after the play. So the next TV timeout, TV timeouts, people don't realize if you've never been to an NFL game, you're just standing out there on the field. Next TV timeout, I walked over to those guys very calmly and I said, hey guys, I'm tired of it. I'm going to break one of your bleeping legs on the next play. And I walked back to the huddle, came out for the next play, and Alvin McKinley was like, Tuck, we're good. It's over now. It's over. We're good. Because they knew I was serious. They knew I wasn't going to take it anymore. For Langston Moore, and we've joked about this now on social media, I was screaming. He did it as he was leaving the field. So I was screaming at Marvin Lewis, who I knew, to put him back in the game because I wanted to try to kill him. We don't ask for apologies. We demand forgiveness by taking. That's what's great about football. You can take it out on them. You can inflict pain and punishment on them.
Why would a guy spit in your face on the first play of the game?
Well, so for Gerard Warren, it's because we scrimmaged them that year. We had an inter-squad scrimmage during training camp, I think. And I know that, and I think this is why. And I threw him down the ground and then kind of speared him, and he didn't really like that. That's the same game, Dan, that we're beating them so bad, okay? We're up by like 3 touchdowns late in the game. I'm blocking Gerard. Instead of trying to make the tackle, he goes like this real quick and puts my arm in an arm bar. And he said, I'm going to break your mother effing arm. And I was like, Gerard, no, please don't, Gerard, no. I thought he was serious. Like he had me like in like one of those UFC, like, yeah, I'm going to break your arm things. I was like, please, no, Gerard, no. He didn't even try to make the tackle, Dan. He just goes, I'm going to break your mother effing arm.
What the hell happened on Monday night with the taunting call with Tony Corrente?
I thought it was amazing. One of my favorite moments of the NFL season. I've never seen an official draw the foul. Like he's LeBron James trying to get the N1. I mean, that was amazing. And then my favorite, Dan, did you see him hold his hand in the air like me draining a 3 in high school basketball and just like hanging in the air after he threw the flag? Tony Corrente literally taunted Cassius Marsh while throwing a taunting penalty on him. I thought it was amazing. I will say this, and I might write about this in my next column. I am actually one of the only people that's supportive of the taunting rule. Now, I didn't think what Cassius Marsh did deserved to be flagged. But Dan, I've got Go Big Recruiting, a high school athletic business. You should see, Dan, junior high football. You should see 7-on-7 football. These kids will catch a touchdown, in the end zone over a kid in 7-on-7, no helmets or anything, and they'll get right up in their face. They'll be like, and stare them down. That's another thing that's different from when I played. I would just punch the kid right in the face, no hesitation, just boom. Like that is why what Tomlin said. That's why they're trying to get rid of it, because the younger kids, they see that. They see them getting each other's face, and then that's what they do. They do it 7-on-7 junior. I've seen it Pop Warner. It's disgusting. It's disrespectful. And they mimic what they see the NFL guys do. It's unnecessary.
I didn't have a problem with, if taunting was called on the play, it was just late in the call and you waited until the player you make contact with the player and then you pull the flag. That's the problem I had with this. You want to call taunting because the letter of the rule, it would constitute throwing the flag. You can't wait till you make contact with somebody and then you call the taunting penalty on somebody while you taunt the person you just called taunting on.
You know what, Dan? It reminded me of like an NBA ref sometimes, or college basketball, when they make it about them.
Yeah.
Like they think it's about them. It's not about you. I would say this year, let's say there's been 30 taunting flags, I'd say about 15, maybe 20 I agreed with. 5 to 10, I didn't. But now, Dan, it's the rule. It's like the COVID rules. Like, it's the rule. So anybody that gets it now, that's on you. It's clear what the rules are. It's clear what they're doing. So you can keep complaining about it, or you can just not do it so you don't hurt your team.
Have fun tonight. Safe travels as always, and thanks for joining us, buddy.
Always. Thank you, Dan.
All right. The self-titled meathead James Vanderbeek.